you guys remember, back in October, we did the reality show Death Pool. And we named people that have been on reality TV and who would die first.
Can I jump in real quick? Robbie's going to have to take a few shots this show because Robby doesn't care about the comedic value of that bit. He cares about winning. He'll go find people with cancer. He doesn't care if I picked Puck. I don't even know what's going on with this guy.
Right.
But the name is funny. Robbie's like, oh, this guy, he just found a lump in his breast, so I'm going to include him. And he does all this research, and, you're like, well, why is that person in there? It ends up that they have sickle cell. He's extremely competitive, which we'll discuss later regarding the guest.
Let me just say who some of the people we picked. I had Tom Sizemore.
Right.
I had Joe Millionaire, Richard Hatch.
Right.
Ron Jeremy. You had Rodney King, Snooki.
Exactly. I have people that I think it would be funny to mention.
Right.
Read Robbie's list. I think that's some
Brett
guy
Michaels,
with cancer. Right.
sick
Brett,
already. Leif
right.
Garrett, drug user.
Right.
I don't know who this Sharon Fairless, Ma's Roadhouse.
She's like 90 years old.
He's 90. Ethan
Right.
Zahn from Survivor has cancer.
Right.
Ozzy Osbourne, say no more. Joan Rivers, 130 years old.
Right. So he took one person that probably is funny, Joan Rivers. Everybody else has some sort of condition or affliction, and that's why he chose them.
Right.
The other thing is that Robby is in another death pool, and he picked Etta James and won it. And he loves it. I heard him mention it. He just takes such joy. Now, apparently
How
Etta
many
James...
death pools are you in?
Oh, he should be a professional death pooler. But apparently Etta James, what does she have, Robby? Cancer?
She had...
Whatever. She had some illness that would eventually kill her. And Robby researched it. She is definitely a peripheral star, right? She hasn't been significant in 50 years? But Robbie's like, oh, she's going to die. And he put her in there and then he loves it. Now, I of course said Whitney Houston because that's funny. I could have just as easily said Bobby Brown, but I didn't. I said Whitney Houston. So she dies. I don't even know that I picked her. If they would have said you picked her, I would just the same. But Robby, he's like, oh man, Joe got it or whatever. But he's upset with me because I'm not thrilled that I won. Well, she's dead. She's 48 years old. That's horrible, Robby. When someone in their 40s dies, I'm not celebrating my victory.
Robby, if you had picked Whitney Houston.
Oh, he would have loved it.
The first time, the second you heard or read that she died, what would your initial reaction be?
Yahoo! I guarantee it. He'd have been like, "Yes!" Oh, Robby, would you have been?
Well, that was my reaction when Etta James.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves when people die, so he can win. So, by the way, you know what I win for this? Nothing, and I'm out $50 real dollars to you betting, making sports bets.
Robby, what if you had picked Veronica Belmont?
Oh, I would not do that.
But what if you did?
See, I wouldn't pick her. That's the point.
Okay.
Anybody that I care about, I wouldn't pick.
What if I picked her? Would you be more upset when she died or the same?
That would make me feel really awful.
Oh, he would hate it more that you won on top of it.
Oh, yes, that would
say
not.
This.
I would not be happy about that.
If Veronica Belmont had some sort of debilitating disease, Robby would be so torn because he would want to pick he'd want to pick her so he could get the death because all he really cares about is winning. He doesn't care that these people's lives are ripped apart.
Well, that's not true.
Let's say we did this and we did it for $500, okay? And you just had continued your relationship by email with Veronica Belmont. For whatever reason, she had confided in you. You had inside information.
Yeah, she's taking her own life Saturday.
Or whatever, that she's got some disease where she's got weeks to live. And you know this, and no one knows it. And so you're guaranteed basically to win $500. Would you pick hers?
For $500.
She's going to die either way.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's a good question, but can I improve upon it?
Yes.
What if she said she was going to kill herself, but you had picked her in a death pool as a joke, and it was worth $2,000, but you thought you could talk her out of it? Would you let her die, or would you take the $2,000?
I would not take the $2,000. I would try to talk her out of it.
What amount of money do you not try to talk her out of it?
Many millions.
What? That's not true. No chance. Many millions. It's like a Powerball to not talk her out of it.
Okay, $250,000.
Okay. By the way, $250,000 is way down from many millions, and I think Probably also exaggerating.
Would you pick your family member if you had the same situation?
No, of course not.
What if you had to pick between me or Joe in a death pool?
What kind of question is that?
Well, who do you
Wait,
think would
what?
die
Well,
first?
of course I would pick you to die over Joe. He's my blood.
No, who would die first? Not who you want to die. Who you think would die first.
Oh, I'm definitely going to outlive you, Rob.
Yeah, Rob, there's no chance you outlive either one, Joe or me.
What do you say that for?
I mean, I don't drink, and neither does Joe.
Joe's
Yourself.
older?
But I'm
I
working
mean,
out, too. I exercise.
Yeah,
I
but you didn't
eat
start working out until you were older, so I can still make that.
No. I've run my whole life.
Okay, you got it. You have wife and kids. That's stressful.
It's true, but I think people with wives and kids live longer.
Well, because they have to, I guess.
I don't know if that's true or
Yeah,
not.
it's
I
true.
thought I had heard that. Hey, Robbie, do you have the clip from when I picked Whitney Houston?
Yeah, it's good. It's about a minute long.
Play it.
All right, my next one is Whitney Houston. She weighs 30 pounds. She definitely now has the, she is a perfect candidate for suicide. She once was the biggest female artist in the world, and now she's a punchline. She's like the end of Judy Garland's career when she's making the tapes. I used to be somebody. I mean, that's what you're going to get. She's what's her drug though? Isn't it like heroin? I mean, it's still,
Is it that bad now? Is it heroin?
I don't know if she's cleaned herself up. They all say that they have. Robbie buys into that, like Tom Sizemore. Now going to be on the 700 Club.
We were talking about Super Bowl last halftime show. That would be my choice, come to think of it, because of the train wreck factor.
Tom
Whitney-
Sizemore or Whitney Houston?
Both of them doing it, singing, singing, I want to dance with somebody.
Would you go see it if they made a Bodyguard 2, but in the Bodyguard 2, Tom Sizemore was the bodyguard?
Yes, I see it.
They still need to guard her, and they get the worst guy in the world to do it. All right.
Wow, that was pretty insightful.
Yeah,
But I pat myself on the back a little bit.
yeah. I don't know if you want to feel good about it, but
Yeah,
good
I mean,
job.
I'm not like Robbie. I guess I'm not celebrating her death so much that I'm celebrating, how much I nailed it. What do I win? Nothing, right?
You win
And
nothing.
What is it, Robbie? How do we score it?
The first person who has a death wins.
But you
Oh.
don't win anything. You get to pick first in the next death pool.
That's awesome.
You set the
I
rule.
want to get back to you and me living longer, okay?
All right.
Because we've been making bets all year. I'm up $50 on you now. So you're 5 years older than me?
I'll
Is
be
that right?
44 this year. I know. I can't believe it.
You're 5 years older than me. So you already at least a 5-year favorite over me if we were doing a betting line, because you're saying you're going to live long.
Yeah. So we'd probably be even money, but I do take a lot better care of myself than you do.
And by live longer, I don't mean to an older age. I mean,
No, I know, right.
so if you died
At 85, you'd have to die before 80 for me to win. I gotcha.
yes. So how many points are you going to give me? Or years?
I'm going to give you 5.
But you already said that you're, even with that, you're a big favorite to outlive me.
No, you said big favorite. Well, here's the deal. What does it matter? We can't collect.
Kids,
You collect from my family after my death. Hey, I won. Sheila,
Yes.
can you? It
I
was
would expect
$30. Can I have it?
I want it to be in the will.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
No, I want points. If you think that you're already going to outlive me, I want
Yeah.
8,
I'll give you 6 years.
6.5.
6.5 years for $100.
Okay.
This is awful. If you try to collect, my wife is going to kill you. You can't. I don't know how you.
You can't murder the other person.
You can't. If you're murdering me for $100, that's pretty bad. Here's the deal. What if you fall off a cliff? I think that I'm going to outlive you because I feel like I'm in better health than you. But if there's a freak accident,
No, that happens. That counts. But yeah, I could easily fall off. Not easily, but I drink a lot, and I'm in weird places all the time.
yeah, you got it. 6.5 years, $100. I'll let my wife know so you can collect from her. Now that's if she outlives me.
Well, she will.
You know what? I don't want to do this bet because who am I going to collect from? There's nobody for me to collect from.
You'll collect from Tim.
You know what? Bet off because there's no. What am I going
We'll
to
have to
garnish
get
your
people.
estate? This is ridiculous.